So I'm not going back and forth with a man who thinks that they should be in my position. If you want to be in my position, get in my position.
Do you believe that?
Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show on YouTube at Bluff City Media. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Anthony Sain.
Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain. Got my man, Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass.
Let's go, man.
What to do, man? Let's get into it. Get another one going, man. We're here in the Bluff City Media Studios, man. Big show today. Got my man, Jonathan C. Smith from 88.5 FM and also from the Essential AF podcast is going to come in and join us for the Sit Down with Sain. Got another special guest, my man, Travis Moody from Forward Memphis. A great company, man, designed at combating predatory lending. He's going to come in and talk to you guys. Exciting program he has, man, doing some great things here in the city of Memphis. He's going to join us later on in the show. We're going to have to sit down with Sain, of course. We're going to talk about a man who I think is needs to be protected at all costs for the sit down with Sain today, man. But since the last time we talked, what clearly I believe is the most important thing, nothing else bigger to talk about, is the Memphis Grizzlies got a win last night. Kenny Stubblefield in FedEx Forum, led by 20-something points for most of the game. Got a little froggy in the fourth quarter. Big win. We saw things we haven't seen before. We saw our first Kelsey Wright walk-off interview with Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren was out there hugging people, man, kissing babies, and you know he looked like Patrick Beverly a little bit when we were when they went to the play-in a couple years in Minnesota. But it was worth it, man. It was something necessary. Everyone was posting their gifts about their reaction to the streamers fall. Seeing the streamers
Everybody
fall for the first
doing
time, man. It was great, man. It was a great moment. I was there in FedEx Forum, kind of going against my plan, Kenny Stubblefield. I typically show up to games, typically leave a little bit after halftime. I watch the rest of the game at home, win or lose, I'm good. But I was like, it was looking like a win, so I said I'm going to stay my old ass up and wait until the streamers fall down.
Was the energy good in the arena?
Yeah, and guess what, man? Kid Rock hit different when you up 20. Trust me, man. Nickelback was banging.
Nickelback was
when we
going
were up
off.
15 in the third. Yeah, man. This is my photograph. Right. All that, man. We hit hard, man. When they were playing, what's the guy's name? When they were playing Russ in the
Let's go. Let's go.
When they were playing Russ in the fourth quarter, man. It felt good.
The nachos taste good.
The nachos tasted, a little bit more. Tastes like they had a little bit more spice to them, a little bit more barbecue sauce. Yeah. Tastes like it had extra meat on them, man.
I heard crime went down.
Crime went down. Nobody was worried about getting to the car, getting broken into, and then everything was good, man.
The AC was
was booming in that joint, man.
Let's go.
They played that Usher, yeah. Oh man, we was like, yeah, hell yeah.
How does that song go again?
Me and my girl up the bunny. Something like that. Yeah, that's y'all know how it go, man. Quit playing. But now, but yeah, shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies. Big win last night. Derrick Rose, man, got his first start ever as a Memphis Grizzly. A moment I thought I'd never see in my life happen last night at FedEx Forum. 8 games left until the return of John Morant. The Grizzlies play tomorrow night in Dallas against Luka Doncic and company. And if you can't make the trip to Dallas, you can always come to Hooters, to another Anthony Sain watch party. We're calling this one Grizz Fan Crisis. What I call it?
Hold on. Let me find it. Because it's great.
Can't remember all shit, man.
It's great. It's still we moved on from Bally's ain't shit.
Yeah, the Bally's app ain't working. We got away from that joint. We got some new
Grizz Fan Crisis.
Yeah, Grizz
Crisis
Fan
Support.
Yeah, Grizz Fan Crisis Support is going down tomorrow at Hooters, 6:30 p.m. December 1st, Friday. Tomorrow, get in there, man. Last time we had a watch party, the Grizzlies got a win. That was the comeback win on the road against the San Antonio Spurs. Let's keep that streak alive. Come out, get some wings, chill out with the Hooters girls. The staff there at the downtown location for Hooters is going to be going down. I'll be in the building. You might see some more of my friends. I don't know if anybody else in Bluff City Media is coming. Y'all really don't fool me like that. But,
hey, man. Hey, man.
But no, man, come out to the watch party tomorrow. It's going to be fun. But the Grizzlies, man, big win. We need it. Stop the bleeding. 8 games up until John Morant comes back. And it seemed like Taylor Jenkins realized after 16 games, Kenny Stubblefield, maybe I should just play dudes that can hoop, who got the hooper gene, man. He did that When I saw Jalen Noel was the first man off the bench, I said, oh, shit, Taylor Jenkins. You let the Hoopers get out there tonight. Jalen Noel did not score a point. 0 of 6 from the field, I believe. Played good defense, but he looked like he knew what he was doing on the court when he had the ball, man, which is a good thing.
How do you think David and Zaire and John and all those guys felt knowing this mug's been with the team for like
a week,
24 minutes, and gets in first?
The first
He's
dead
first
ball.
one off the bench.
Here comes Jalen Noel, man. You're talking about a guy who's like 24 years old. He's almost a 10-point per game scorer. Nobody else in that group can say that. Man, I think I was saying in the beginning, Daniel Greer, the petty machete swinger himself, was giving me plenty of shit about him when I was saying he needs to be playing, from game one. But I think you kind of see why he's there, man. Like I said, he didn't score a point, but he's just an instinctive player. He kind of knows how to play basketball, which is something not all these guys can do. I think a bigger factor last night that we hadn't been seeing in other games was the up-tempo pace. Derrick Rose was your starter, kind of serving as a poor man's, old man's version of John Morant, being a guy who can attack the defense, who was putting pressure on the rim, making good passes, pushing the tempo, pushing the pace. And it was just, you just saw that the entire game. Guys were coming in, playing hard. Vince Williams played very good. David Roddy had, I think, 6 3-pointers last night. I think he had 20 points altogether. Zaire Williams came in playing well. If you can get that type of production from those guys, not that, but if you can get just productivity, man, where you could get more than like 4 points combined from your wings, like we've seen in games past, this team can be that much better. Bain looked great. Jaren was good, had 6 blocks. Just good to see the Grizzlies get that win last night for sure.
That's right.
Be in the building.
Yeah, it definitely. I was watching it at home, even though you said it's not safe to watch it at home alone.
No, don't be at home alone, man.
I watched it at home.
Do not be at home alone.
I watched it at home alone, and let me tell you, man, it felt different. Obviously, I felt some kind of way seeing Derrick out there. Like, that was wild to me, starting. Like, that was crazy. But no, man, the energy definitely came off the TV screen a little bit different than it has in previous games. But it was a good win, man. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a good game for sure. I was definitely in the building, man. Ready to see another one, man. Ready to get the Dallas Mavericks. Game is gonna be Friday, like I said. Like I said, man, it's scary. It gets scary sometimes watching these games at home, man. You don't want to do that to your mental space, man. So you need to be amongst friends when you watch these Grizzly games, because you never know what you're gonna get, man. So if you wanted to do that, like I said, come out to Hooters to watch the game with me, Hooters downtown, for the Grizz fan crisis support watch party tomorrow.
Hey, Grizzlies PR just put out the status report.
What did they say?
Xavier Tillman is questionable.
Look at that. Look at that, man. We're getting the boys to get back together again, man.
You think Luke Kennard's going to come back in about 8 games? You think he's going to be?
I don't think they're all going to line up at the same time, but I do think that when Ja comes back, that you'll see Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard playing as well. I think they'll all be back at the same time.
That's going to feel some kind of way, man.
It's going to be a good team, man. If those guys are back, that's a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to be fine, man. I don't really care what music we're playing. I don't think they're going to have to change the music for them to be good, man, at all.
Nope.
For sure. But like I said, big win last night in FedEx Forum. The Grizzlies got their first win. Good stuff, man. Like I said, I'm going to get out you guys' way. Me and Jonathan C. Smith are going to talk about a lot of things, not just Grizzly stuff. Talk about some Tiger basketball. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan, so I'll probably ask him a quick, I don't give a crap question about the Dallas Cowboys as well. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and take a break. Jonathan C. Smith is going to join us. Going to get Travis Moody in here later on as well. We'll see you guys in a minute here on the Anthony Sain Show.
We've had a couple portal hits. It's that time of year, although it's not officially open. Doesn't open until Monday, a week from today.
December 4th.
Tevin Carter, backup QB, QB2, QB Deuce, the Deucer, is calling his career. He's no longer Gridiron Penny. I'm sorry, Tevin, if you're watching me, you are. You can't be Gridiron Penny anymore.
Yeah, like you can't. You lost that. Anytime Seth struggled somewhat, they were like, gotta put Tevin.
Well, even if it wasn't necessarily him struggling. People were still asking for Tevin.
which is bananas to me.
But special packages, people want almost all sorts of stuff. Overnight deliveries for Tevin. A lot of people may not see it this way because offensive line is not. It's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Gabe,
Sorry,
I'm
Gabe.
sorry.
You're
It's
not
just not a
sexy.
sexy position.
Gabe's
People
not
are
sexy.
like, I mean, I've seen it. People were coming at Twitter and they're like, offensive line, it's easy to replace, easy to find those fellas. It's not a big deal. Losing Davion Carter is a big deal.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I think he's in a space where he realizes you want to win championships, you want to be a part of a big-time college football, you have to spend more. We have to get money donors for the $50 million. You have to get money donors for NIL. Like, I think he wants that to be the forefront. What he said here, though, did not convey that message in any meaningful way. I don't know what this quote does to help his case with those particular fans or with fans as a whole.
I get it why you're not supposed to go after a fan base, why you're not supposed to trash a fan base, and I don't think it was the best move. But I will say, and this is probably where I'll differ from most people, it is good to hear Ryan like kind of get a little bit fired up.
Yeah, show a little fire. I get you.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Got one of my most respected brothers in the city of Memphis, man. One of the OGs in this sports journalism, sports media, sports radio, sports podcasting game. My man, Jonathan C. Smith from 88.5 FM, also the Essential AF podcast, a podcast that was birthed during the pandemic. He's still rolling tight. I remember you kind of were ahead of the curve, man, because you were one of the first people, here locally at least, that were doing the whole when the pandemic went down, nobody could go in studio go anywhere. You one of the first people I saw with the 4-panel, you know what I'm saying, StreamYard.
With the Zoom and all that.
Everybody's doing it now. Everybody's doing it. You definitely were ahead of the curve,
Appreciate it, bro.
which is why you called it the Essential AF podcast, because it was a playoff of what things that were going on in the pandemic. You just kept it rolling, man. So you're at least 4 years strong now with you and your cast over there. JC, I know I can bring you in and talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the Grizzlies first. Kind of look like some little gleams of light coming out, with the team lately. Big win the other night against Utah at home in FedEx Forum. First home win. First time we saw the banners fall. First time Derrick Rose started for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to start there, actually, with Derrick Rose, man, because I think that something that I glean from that is that Derrick Rose is not Ja Morant. He's not. But he kind of gives you a glimpse of what this team will look like when Ja is back. Reminding you what this team looked like when Ja is back. You got out on the fast breaks. Everything was faster. And you had a guy who was making the defense react at the point guard position. Not a guy who's, passing the ball around. You had a guy that was attacking the basket, and you were able to see guys get going a little easier and just things flow better with a kind of like an older version of Ja Morant out there. What are your thoughts as far as that goes, because we know Derrick Rose can't be the starter, probably even 8 more games, you know what I mean? But what does it look like? What does that make you think about when you think that the 12 is coming soon?
Absolutely. And thanks for having me on the show again,
sure,
brother.
Man. My
Appreciate
guy.
it, man. But just like you said, seeing the little glimpse of light now and the Grizz, they see what works on the floor. And Derrick Rose, quiet as it's kept, he's been playing well over the last, 3 or 4 games now, double figures and points and everything. He had 9 assists last night. And my thing is, while we waiting on Ja to come back with the 8 games, ride it. Let's ride the wave. Like, play him 25, 30 minutes. He's here to play. He told y'all he's not here to babysit nobody. Let him play. Let him create, because you're seeing kind of glimpses of the old Derrick Rose out there.
If he can go, let him go, man.
Let him go.
If his knees give you permission, let him do the mission, man, for real.
Definitely. So I would ride this out, man. You know, give him the ball, let him do his thing, let him create, because it's only yielding positive results out there. So let's keep it going.
There was a moment in the fourth quarter where the Grizzlies were up 20, I believe, and they set Derrick Rose down, and people started putting out, the final Derrick Rose stat line, all those type of things. And then they started getting sorry when when he lost the point guard. And I can see Derrick Rose get up like, you sorry. Man, like, you can see, I'm over trying to rest these knees, man. Y'all may better get back in the game. But
he dipped out last night. He didn't get a chance to holler at him.
Y'all for real?
He dipped right out, man.
He did like me. I'd go to games and do not go to post game anything. I'd be on the parking lot.
Man, hey, we were down there for a minute. Shout out to my man Parrish, man. We were out there, 2 hours waiting? It seemed like, man, after the game to talk to coach and Jaron and Dez. But, I mean, we hadn't been a Grizz home win. So,
it had to stay.
So it was rare. So
they probably had a little post game party themselves back there.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Man. Something else we noticed last night, a lot of guys who hadn't been stepped up. David Roddy had a huge game. Zaire Williams had a huge game. You also got not so typical playing time from guys like Vince Williams, and especially Jalen Noel, a guy who's on a 10-day contract. It seems like Taylor Jenkins just said, hey, let me play the guys who are bringing the energy, bringing the impact. I don't care their contract situation. I don't care what their name is. And he just kind of started rolling with those guys. Zaire had a good game, but he was not the first man off the bench. Jalen Noel got in before him. Vince Williams got in before him, and David Roddy got in before. David Roddy started the game of the night. So what are your thoughts on the guys that got in, that wing rotation we saw last night, which is definitely a different rotation than we've seen at all so far this season?
My thing is, I love it. Where was this earlier?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
All these dudes been here, went through training camp and everything, except for Noel.
Thank you. Yeah. That was kind of the talk amongst the reporters last night. Like, what's going on? Like, why are we just seeing this now? When this could have yielded positive results for us maybe earlier. Maybe we wouldn't have to be, 4-13 right now. If he would maybe try to tinker with the lineups, rotations earlier in the season. But I guess, better now, than
better late than never.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. But I like it. I mean, I think with Vince, when he's out there, he's kind of like, I'm trying to think who I can compare him to in the past, but every time he's out there,
I call him T. Moo Melton.
Yeah.
He's bargain store D'Anthony Melton.
It's always something good when he's out there. He fouls a little bit too much sometimes, but he's going to create chaos out there, man. He's going to get a couple turnovers. He's going to knock down some shots. He's not going to hurt you out there at this point. You know? Like, I feel confident knowing he's going to give you positive minutes when he's out there on the floor, definitely. Like I said, Zaire, I'm out. You out? It's like some games I'm out. Some games I'm like, okay, I can see, what the possibility could be, future with him. But
I will say this, man. People give me a hard time because they say you got to let Zaire play with Ja before you know what he is. Yeah. And I think I'm okay with it because I saw moments yesterday. Going back to the Derrick Rose thing, when they were playing up tempo and really getting the ball up tempo, you can see Zaire kind of do his thing. Right. He just doesn't look the same when he's in those half court sets. So it might be a real thing. Like when Ja's here, he might be the guy that really unlocks him for sure. We'll see. Yeah, I'll give him that.
Right. Yeah. But can we free Fat Boy? Can Fat Boy get some minutes?
He about to be free,
man.
He about to be free on the minute. He about to be free as he want to be.
You know what I'm saying?
In a minute.
And I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, if it's not going to work here, I think he can play for somebody's team.
I agree.
I think he could be a bench player or whatever. He could definitely be a positive force on somebody's squad going forward. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that too, man. Lofton is a good player. If you look at just look at the numbers, unless they have a trade up their sleeves, it's going to be a 2-for-1 or something, which I don't know. Nothing feels imminent with that. It looks like the most likely thing to do would be the Wave Jr. once Ja gets back.
Have you already called the U-Haul for John Conchar, man?
Man, I would love to call it. I've made some pre-reservations with U-Haul on that. Man, that was crazy because I saw an article came out and it mentioned that like good teams had eyes on John Conchar in the situation here.
Really?
But I don't think it was for basketball reasons, though. I think it's something about his contract
that
might be favorable for some teams.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
I can't see a team like, man, if I could just get John Conchar off of Memphis' bench, we'd be all right. Yeah. So I don't really know the details of that, but there was some reports that teams are interested in him out there for sure. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a better game yesterday, six blocks, on the night. I think he had about 18 points, something like that.
Right. 26 and 20.6 rebounds, 6 blocks.
Yeah. He had a very good game yesterday as opposed to games he's had in the past. Bain had one as well. What do those guys look like once Ja Morant gets back?
I think everybody kind of fits back into what this team was supposed to look like.
Right.
You know, I feel like Desmond Bain has played great. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But Desmond Bain, in order for us to have a chance to win, he has to score 30 points or more for us to even have a decent chance to win. And that's not him. You know, he's a two guard. He plays off the ball. That's when he's at his best.
Yeah.
Once Ja gets back, is able to create open looks for him, like you're going to see this team, you know, be the team that we all were hoping to be. And then with Jaren Jackson, I just think sometimes, as great as he is, I think he gets bored out there. I think he gets like in a lull sometimes.
Right.
And we saw that last couple of games, him not putting up the numbers that we're used to. And if I'm Jaren Jackson Jr., you're supposed to block at least 3 shots a game. At least 3, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
just put up historical numbers of 3 a game. Ain't no big deal.
Man. Ain't no big deal. You know, that's what you're built for, man.
Right.
And my parlay would appreciate it also.
Oh, yeah. If I could get a guaranteed 3 blocks a night from Jaren,
exactly,
it sounds like a payday.
Definitely, man. But like I said, last night I think is a game, a blueprint that this team can use. Like I said, for the A games coming up, y'all play this way. You got a shot.
Yeah.
You got a shot, man.
All right, we're going to play we're going to dig into the conspiracy well a little bit, man. Because I got up this morning on some real and another thing type stuff on Twitter, right? So I woke up and I'm like, all right, I'm looking at it this way. I'm like, all right, we had a big win. Like you said, Taylor Jenkins made the adjustments, playing the guys who are ready to play, like playing guys who are dogs, showing maximum effort, who guys going to play hard on both ends. And put some lineups out there that were very non-traditional, but they worked, right? Yeah. So people are like, well, man, that's good. You know, maybe they can carry this energy over. So I woke up like, man, it bothers me that it took 16 games for Taylor Jenkins to do this. And it took Marcus Smart doing something that some fans are like, I don't like him doing it. I saw fans saying like it's a little bit too much. Right. So it took him like having a meltdown on the sideline to spark him to get his team motivated, right? And then, you know, people had their rebuttal to that. And then someone said something that I hadn't thought about. And I don't know if he was joking or what. And he said, how do we know that Taylor Jenkins didn't go to Marcus Smart and say, hey, when you feel it, go there.
You might be on to something.
So, so how much credit are we giving to Grizzlies interim head coach Marcus Smart
interim head coach,
as opposed to Taylor Jenkins for this turnaround that we saw the other night? Because this looks sustainable. If we've been hollering the whole season, play Vince Williams, play guys that can play, screw this development stuff, get your dogs out there that can go play basketball. How much are we giving credit to Taylor Jenkins? How much do you think that was sparked from the Marcus Smart?
I do believe that it was sparked by Marcus. He's a guy, you know, he's fiery, he's a competitor. Like, he wants to win. And he's here for a purpose, here for a reason. Right. So I would say if we want to put a percentage on it, I say 75 Marcus, 25 Coach Jenkins. You know, for him finally realizing, hey, you know, if I just put in a little sugar here, a little spice here, you know, a little paprika. You know what I'm saying? Just mix it up a little bit. You know, in the rotation, we might have a chance here. Yeah.
I'm not giving. I heard my man on the whole conspiracy thing. I mean, the whole Taylor Jenkins man told Marcus Smart to go do his thing. But I'm not really feeling that either, because I'm like, you should have done that after that Portland game.
Exactly.
That first Portland loss is when you should have had the meltdown.
Come on now.
And you should have had, you know, a bounce back from that. Right. And we probably wouldn't be here. And you would play lineups that are ready to play. You know what I mean? For sure. So
and one more thing. Also, I think that Marcus Smart was the one that led that players-only practice also. You know, like, he's him. You know what I'm saying? Right.
One of the most respected dudes in the league.
Right. Man. Like, I don't see Coach Jenkins going to him like, hey, you know, feel free to. No, he just took it upon himself. He recognized what was going on.
Other stuff going on in the NBA, of course, the biggest news, probably definitely off the court, is on the court as well, because he won't sit his ass down, is Josh Giddey. He won't sit down. They're just going to keep playing this dude, man. Just told him out there in front of all the teenage girls in the stadium, I guess. I guess that's the campaign they're running. But the Josh Giddey situation getting uglier and uglier. Hearing reports that the girl's family is not cooperating with officials. They're not sharing anything incriminating about him. We had Andrew Bogut came out on the podcast and said that, he was messing with a young girl. He didn't know how old she was. He didn't know her age and all these type of things. All these reports are out. Really nasty story, man. We're talking lightly about it and getting off jokes about it, but it's a very nasty situation. One that really gets me frustrated the more and more I think about it. And you're kind of seeing, just like with anything, if you ever need to cleanse your Twitter account, to realize you want to lose some followers, you know what I mean? just let something crazy happen, man. Let something controversial happen, like whether it be a pandemic or a president or racism or all these type of events seem to typically cleanse my my Twitter or whatever. So what are your overall thoughts on the Josh Giddey situation? I don't really, there aren't many sides to have in this.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on let me rephrase that question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think this plays out, man? Because I talked on the last show and I was like, this feels like this dude is going to get off in a way that's going to have a lot of people furious.
Yeah.
Like I think the vast majority of people are like, okay, this is bad. This guy's sick. He needs to be dealt with.
Right.
And I think this is gonna look a lot more Draymond Greenish than it's gonna look John Morant.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I would tend to agree with that. It's a situation, like I said, it's very, very touchy. I believe he knew. I believe he knew how old how old she was and everything. He just didn't care. I don't think he ever thought it would get out, that he would get caught. But my thing is, okay, I do believe he's going to kind of he'll be like a little tap on the wrist or whatever, you know, as far as the punishment is concerned, like I said, a Draymond type suspension. But my thing is, and you notice how the conversation has shifted also towards Malika Andrews, your girl.
Yeah.
As far as you know,
those out at one time, those out who don't know, had a tremendous crush on Malika.
You know about the
beautiful woman, by the way.
Beautiful woman. But let's keep it real. She had a lot of heat. Yeah, you know, for Jai and for Brandon Miller and who else? It was another guy also.
Man, what was the guy's name that passed away?
Coach Udoka also.
Udoka and the current coach of Boston.
Yeah. You know, so she had a lot
and the guy that passed away. What was his name, Kenny? I can't think of this guy's name.
But
he played for Michigan State and he died young. And she.
Yeah.
Adrian Payne.
Okay. Yeah. But she had a lot to say about that. You know, very, very, very hot and heavy when it came to those subjects, but hasn't said anything about this yet. And I get it. You want to let the facts play out, especially ESPN. You got to, make sure you're reporting facts. But let's say, facts come out. He knew, and this was all, true. I want you to come out just as hard against him as you did against everybody else.
Yeah, I've seen people kind of dumping on Malika, and she's of course reported about it. She's had to. I mean, that's another thing too. People have to understand these people in these national shows. They're not just flying off the seat of their pants.
Right.
They're talking about things that are been instructive for them to talk about. Now, the energy she has about those certain things, that's on her. I do think that once more gets out, I think there's kind of been nationally, nobody's really dumping on this whole Giddey thing. So I think there's been kind of a directive to be careful how you discuss this. But I am looking to see how not just her, man, because it's not just about Malika Andrews. I want to see a lot of people talk about this whole situation once more information comes out. When you got a local podcast, you can kind of get your shit off. But
Now, as far as, me and you, we just talking.
Yeah, I'm getting my shit off
there. You know what I'm saying?
So many Josh Giddey shit.
So it's like,
come find me, goddamn.
When you look at certain chicks, right? When I see that chick that Josh Giddey's messing with,
she's obviously a kid.
Right, she looks underage.
Yeah, I'm not going to, ain't nobody trick you,
ain't
fam.
nothing,
If you in a bar where it's 21 and up and you see that girl,
what you doing up here?
First of all, how you up in there, Josh Giddey? Because you went number, well, he's a celebrity.
And like I said, if he's into that type of thing, that's him, you know. But it's obvious. You look at her.
She's a kid.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a kid, man, for sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, I'm waiting for more information to come out. I think this is going to look, like I said, it's going to come down to, did you sleep with him? No.
Yeah.
What we all go explain these pictures? Oh, we were just trolling. I think it's going to come down to he's going to get a conduct detrimental to the league for maybe 8 games at the max.
I can see that.
But it's just so disgusting that he's playing the whole time, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it is Oklahoma City, so
man, the weird Bible Belt.
Right. But like I said, I think it's gonna play out just like that way. Maybe 8 games, nothing more than 10.
Yeah, I don't think, because people are like, oh, he should never play again. Like, all right, y'all watch out this system for the flip for this man for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I'm gonna switch over to something that I don't give a damn about, but I know it's your thing. The NFL and the Dallas Cowboys.
Here he goes. I wasn't even going to talk about it. I was not going to even say.
All right, well, do this. Catch me up on what the Cowboy Nation is looking like. They're actually good this year, right?
We're good most years.
Yeah.
We just don't win the playoffs. All right, but that's changing this year.
All right, what's going to be different, man?
All right, Dak Prescott is playing at an MVP level. Don't laugh, all right?
I heard somebody else say that.
I hear them laughing back there. Don't laugh, man. All right, Dak is at an MVP level, but we need a win against a quality opponent that starts tonight, Thursday Night Football. Cowboys will be hosting the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Seahawks are 6-5. So technically,
That's a quality bump?
Yeah, it's a quality.
Oh, okay.
quality.
I think I
win.
saw that y'all haven't
Yeah.
beat a winning team yet, though.
I mean, but you got to play who's on your schedule.
Like you say, don't
man.
worry, lead it in the
You know,
pay. I'm
right,
bringing them over,
right.
so Craig.
You
I guess
know,
all right,
so,
go ahead.
So we got Seattle tonight, and then in 10 days, got the Eagles.
Oh, okay. They
So-
getting y'all ass up out of there. They about to get y'all ass. I know they're good. I don't even pay attention to the league, but I know the Eagles are good.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah.
But, things are looking up. They're looking
All right.
up,
Coach
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway and the Tigers, man. Was that? Are they more? Arkansas just beat Duke the other night. Missouri had a tough loss.
Right.
Villanova lost to like St. Joseph's or
Right.
something like that, which isn't a good team. Is Memphis closer to the team that lost to Villanova or the team that beat Arkansas?
The team that beat Arkansas.
Okay.
And AP writers, whoever, top 25.
Damn
whatever,
all y'all.
What do we have to do to get in the top 25,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah.
Who we need to talk to? Who we need to call? Because
Shout out to
I feel
Tyrese.
hey,
What more do you want from me?
right.
What more do you want?
At this point, like, what do we have to do? Because the Tigers are obviously a top 25 team.
Yeah.
You look up and down that roster, all right? They got some dudes, man.
Yeah.
David Jones is
Is a
probably
dude.
going to be an All-American.
Yeah.
this
Dude
year.
hooping for
right.
real.
He's hooping.
That man averaging like 20-some points a
He
game in
is
college.
hooping, definitely,
Yeah.
man. He's a grown man out there, right?
Literally.
So
But yeah.
to answer your question, this team is definitely closer to the team that beat Arkansas.
Okay, I think I agree, man.
Right.
Well, we're gonna talk about the Mikey Williams stuff later
Yeah.
on. I'll leave you out there for right now because I got to get more details as they come out on the mic. I don't want to speak too soon on this brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let me just wait till more details come out. AKA, I don't really know shit about it, so I got to talk to Kenny about it at the break. That's what that means. If you want me to translate.
Man, Mike's gonna be a Tiger soon. That's what that means. He gonna be a
That shit was
Tiger
wild.
soon, man.
I saw that shit today. I was like, damn. If y'all think Penny even put that dude on the court, you lost your goddamn mind. You lost your shit if you think he ain't playing.
Jonathan, you asked what they need to do to be top 25.
Yeah.
Don't score 5 buckets in one half against Villanova.
Exactly, bro. That's what
Dog,
they need
that
to
was
do.
crazy.
This shit was nasty.
44-16 at half. That's going to stick in people's minds,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Even though they
That
came
is
back
true.
and won
That
the
is
second
true.
half, that's going to stick.
Yeah. We got a chance. Like I said, Ole Miss Saturday.
Yeah, talk about the Ole Miss game.
Yeah,
That's
Ole
what
Miss
I was
coming up
gonna-
Saturday. Mark it down. Tigers win that game. And
Damn.
then you got
Whoa.
Clemson coming up December 16th here at home.
So you guaranteeing the Tiger win?
I'm guaranteeing. Mark it down.
Shit.
Mark it down.
I'm with it. I'm
Yeah.
with it. That's true. You be. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Ole Miss win to me would feel bigger than this Arkansas win.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong for that, but
Yeah.
that shit would feel big to go there and beat them folks on the road,
yeah.
bro.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
They gonna get it done.
yeah.
man.
I'm with all that though for sure, man. Final question for you, Jonathan C. Smith. Your boy Ryan Silverfield, man.
Oh, man.
We're gonna play Ask a Black Man because brothers, we be like, oh man, get that back. Who is? Oh man, get him back. Sorry, man. Like we don't care who he is. To be honest with you. So what, if y'all have not noticed, black people and white people view sports totally different in the city of Memphis, man. Because you ask your average black person, Jared Jackson Jr. sorry as hell. If you ask your average black person,
You stupid. What's so wrong with you, man?
man, I get around my people get so mad.
Man,
like, bro,
that
what are you
man's on
talking
something today, man.
Bro, I don't know what it is, bro. It's just bro, if y'all ain't noticed, man, you get on Twitter and just listen to black people's opinion on sports and white people, bro.
There's
We
a
look at this shit totally
There's a
different,
difference,
bro.
man.
Like I've yet to see a black person stand in front of Ryan Silverfield, but like Lee Alwyn Seabury. Somebody, I think that's like the only black person in the world I've seen them defend Ryan Silverfield, man. So what are your thoughts on Coach Silverfield?
He all right.
He all right, bro.
He all right, right.
Hey, if he
Right.
here, man, he 88, man.
Here's my only thing, my only critique of Memphis Tigers football, right?
Oh, man.
Why do fans feel like the Tigers are supposed to be like a 10-win team every
I don't
year?
get it either, man. It's like
y'all should be cool with Tigers
Yeah.
winning 7 games, 8 games, going to a bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we're kind of stuck
Right.
around somewhere in the top
Right.
tier of the conference. That's
yeah,
kind of who
like,
they're gonna be.
I think he deserves to keep his job, but like, will I be going to a game?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, y'all, Tigers are cool, and I love
Right,
when they
but-
winning or whatever.
yeah.
Right. But
Oh man, I thought I
Right.
was by myself feeling
yeah,
like that, man. I
if
thought I was letting my
Tigers-
city down.
Tigers 7-3 or Tigers 3-7 don't make no difference.
the
to
same
me.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Because as soon as Tiger
man.
basketball starts, all right,
Right.
man, click, we cutting this off.
Exactly.
All right,
man.
tell me about. I'll read about it on Twitter, man.
Basically.
All right, who would be your? Oh man, who would be your dream coach if you could just make anybody that's a former, that has some type of connection to Tiger football,
They had some type of connection to
to
Tiger
or
football.
even just to the city of Memphis? Who would you make? Who would you pick if you could just pick like a celebrity-esque?
Isaac Bruce.
Isaac Bruce. Yeah, I think that's what I meant too.
Give me Isaac Bruce.
Yep.
Or no, you know what? Scratch that. D'Angelo Williams.
All right.
I feel like with his personality and the way that he's communicate, he can talk to people, man. People love D'Angelo Williams, man. You know, like I can see that. Let's say hypothetically speaking, hey, They called Silverfield in and said, "Hey, we good, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. We're gonna move on."
Yeah.
My first call will be D'Angelo Williams.
So that'll be your Deion Sanders, Penny Hardaway type
right
her.
Yeah, like yeah.
I got another name.
Who you got?
I got another name. I got somebody that's got former Tiger, former football player, nationally known personality, can battle with the Deion Sanders of the world, a media member in Memphis, Doc Holliday, for Tiger football coach.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that, man. You know, he loves the program, former player
Tiger,
and everything.
know the game.
Right, I can see that.
Hey, man, let's start a petition, man. Doc Holliday for Tiger football coach. Man.
I'm with it. Sign me up. I'm with it. That's my guy.
I'm sure Channel 5 taking care of Doc, but I bet University of Memphis can scrape up enough coins to get my boy to leave.
Definitely, man. And imagine Doc going into the homes of these players with single moms.
Come on now. Look at Doc, man. The curly hair and the beard.
Man, it's Billy D.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Come on, man.
Billy D. Williams walking in, man. Billy D. Williams walking in, man.
Who's smoother walking into somebody's home than Doc Holliday?
Oh, he signed that kid up.
It's over
with, man.
Imagine the battles between him and Coach Prime, man.
Over with, man.
You think Coach Prime can give props to God, man?
Hey.
Who gonna give more props to the Most High than Doc Holliday?
Over with.
It's over.
Done.
University of Memphis. I just gave y'all new coach, man. Former Tiger, charismatic, got the look.
And we might come to the games.
Hey, if Doc Holliday is coach University of Memphis,
We there.
I'm gonna be up in that joint for sure, man.
We rocking with him, man.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I'm
our
with
guy,
it.
man.
Sound like a done deal to me, man. Tell you what, we about to take a break, man. JC, appreciate you coming out, man.
Appreciate
We
it,
got
bro.
to
Thank
make
you,
this a
man.
regular
Appreciate
thing,
it,
man. My
man.
boy,
Yes, sir.
come in, we have a good time. I'll be seeing you at the games and stuff, man. We're gonna keep this thing going.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all about to take a break. When we come back, it's the 3-pointer here on Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape, Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause, and most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
I don't think it's constructive for the fan base to not be happy with 9-3 either.
I don't either.
I don't think that's constructive.
Here's how I think about it. And I know what the caveat is before I even say it, is that this conference sucks. Yes,
Yeah,
I get
sure.
it.
Cool.
I get it. The CUSA was horrible too.
Right.
But if you would have given
Ole Miss,
2010 Memphis a 9-win season, do you know how much money would be flowing into that program right now?
Right,
Like,
for real.
and I get it. It wasn't perfect. This is not the season that Silverfield wanted, that the team wanted, that the fans wanted.
It's not that. It wasn't that far off, though. That's my thing.
I know. You win 9 games. You're going to a bowl game with the opportunity to get double-digit wins. Ryan made a hell of a point in what he said. What was it? 108 years. How many 10-win seasons have there been?
I think it was 9 wins.
9 win seasons.
9 win seasons. 10.
There's been 10. There's been 10 in 108 years.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I was just going to say one of the weird standout things is Penny's like throwing people out there that out of nowhere.
He is damned to run a 15-man line, a whole team out there. I don't understand it.
It's wild. Some of the people that he throws in certain situations that just like haven't been seeing any time recently, and then all of a sudden, come Arkansas game, Carl's out there out of nowhere. There was somebody else. Who was the other? I can't even think of it now. He threw somebody else. Was it Jonathan? He threw Jonathan out there. Was that in the Michigan game?
No, that was in the Villanova game.
Villanova.
Didn't look the part, guys. What was the quote that Rick said? Like,
it's not the time to experiment. It's time to win a
stop
game.
experimenting and time to win the damn game. It's perfect.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Time to jump into the three-pointer where I talk about three things going on in the world of sports that matter to me today. News that just got in since I've been in the studio. I just now noticed this today. Von Miller, NFL star Von Miller, in a really wild situation he's had with a long-term in and out, on and off again girlfriend of his. She was supposed to be pregnant, and he picked up an assault charge. I heard he's turned himself in already since this news broke today. You might help me out with this, Kenny, as far as some of the details of this. But just a crazy situation, man. I don't know if she does anything outside of being an Instagram model. I know she's an extremely beautiful woman, his girlfriend, but just a sad story, man, of a NFL player who turned to abuse to get whatever point he's trying to get across. But Von Miller, man, just one of those guys who just a highly recognizable face. If you don't know the name, you see his face, oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Yep.
A longtime NFL star. Very disappointing story, and I'm sure we're going to hear details about this that are going to be even more disappointing as time goes on.
I mean, the details that are coming out today are apparently they were at home in Dallas, and she's pregnant, so she didn't want to travel, and they started arguing about that, and he told her to leave. Apparently she slammed, according to her, she slammed the door. He told her to leave. She started packing her bags up, and he got physical with her. What's interesting is they both have camera recordings of it, of what happened. So both of them were recording what was going on. Police got there. She called the police. Police got there, noticed bruises all over her body, on her neck, all that kind of stuff, which is just, man, like, to put your hands on someone's neck is another level, right?
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. So, he turned himself in today. Arrest warrant, turned himself in today. He's already bonded out, but I think it's going to be pretty crazy to see what happens with that over the next couple of days.
It's going to be. I'm sure over the next couple of days, like you said, we're going to find out more details about this. And when I first saw this story, I was like, what did it mean, long-time girlfriend? Because the girl I knew he was with for a long time, they're not together anymore. Because I kind of do my research, on the Instagram models a little bit, man. I mean, I know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So
you follow them on Reels?
Yeah, something like just for these type of purposes, just to come on to the show. That's a lie. But I knew exactly who the lady was. So when people were saying they were together, I was like, I thought these people broke up because they were like, I want to say she kind of like outed him on something, was putting his business out. They've got a real toxic relationship. You know what I mean? But I just tell anybody, man. Like, we've kind of made the word toxic cute. Like, toxic can be is dangerous, man. Like, if you're in one of these type of relationships and this not just the guy, the man and the woman, get out of these, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these things don't end well. So we've seen this. This is just going to get uglier as days go on. Also add to that, we did hear news about John Morant. He will be subpoenaed for the incident with Joshua Holloway. Of course, John Morant was playing a basketball game and had a physical altercation, and he's been sued by Josh Holloway for this situation. So far, DTAP has been cleared of it. Devontae Pack has been cleared as a possible assault charge, for a possible assault charge, and now John Morant is being subpoenaed with the ability to plead. This is all in self-defense. I think that this is probably how this is going to go down. I know these days the buzzword is not to talk about things that have not been all of a sudden. That's been the thing that we don't speculate on. All of a sudden, that's been the buzzword for the week. But I will step out there and say that I think that this is in John Morant's favor. Just kind of ready for this to be over. The guy is going to be back in 8 games to play for the Grizzlies. Hope that this is over very soon. But it does seem like it's going to be pretty open and shut.
Well, and just to be clear, to be clear about this is a civil lawsuit.
Right.
This is not criminal.
Yeah, he's not going to
like
jail.
There's no chance he's going to go to jail over this or anything like that. This is purely civil, which means there's financial implications involved and things like that. But in terms of like where this thing ends, this thing doesn't end with Ja, facing charges or time or anything like that. But
or missing time off the court.
It just sounds like to me, which is kind of surprising, I think, with this whole thing, is that it sounds like to me the lawsuit's moving forward, right? Like that he's going to be deposed by the Holloway's lawyer, which is interesting. But again, like you said, and I think we mentioned this last week, the judge ruled that he could use self-defense as a defense for this charge or this lawsuit. So man, I'm just ready for it to be over, right?
Yeah, man.
Let's get it done.
And our third point, as far as legal news is concerned, Number 3, Mikey Williams.
Oh, my God.
It's wild stuff, man. This is not what I expected to see today. I did not expect to see Mikey Williams looking like Snoop Dogg on Murder Was a Case, getting off.
Right.
And I immediately went to the Bluff City Media Discord to see the reactions to the people in the group.
For all the legal scholars that are inside that Discord.
Because all the things I've heard people say about Mikey Williams, I was like, oh, man. My boy Mikey Williams free, man. Orange Mound, get ready for me, baby.
Let's go.
Get ready for him. Get ready for Mikey. He's coming home. Oh, man, this is about to be wild. And I'm going to say this. Basically what happened is that I don't really know the details. Something like whatever happened today, he pled guilty to it, but he's probably going to get off on a misdemeanor.
So he had 9 felonies, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
9 felonies. Basically, the plea deal, which is something that I kind of projected that this was going to happen a long time ago, that they were going to plead this thing down.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying he has got to, his sentencing date will be in August of 2024.
Okay.
So about 10 months from now, maybe 9 months from now. During that 9-month period, so he pled guilty to 1 felony charge today. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What he has to do is there are certain parameters that he has to hit according to this judge, that if he fulfills all of these things before his sentencing date in August of 2024, then he will plead guilty. It will be done. It will be knocked down to 1 misdemeanor charge of criminal menacing or something
Did
like that.
anybody die in this?
No. But I mean, not because he didn't mean for him to.
Wait, what do you? Oh, okay.
She
All right.
shot into a damn car.
Right. No, I was just trying to see, because it seems like, okay, bro, if somebody died, how is he about to get off on? Okay, all right. Because be honest, I have not really been paying much attention to this, because I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. If he's here, he's here. If he's not, he's not. I don't really care about the details of it. But I'm just praying for all the Tiger basketball fans who are going crazy, because they already know. If you lost your mind, if you think Penny ain't going to play this kid. If you think he ain't going to be there in January and Penny ain't going to play him, you've lost it. What you think on that? He's playing, right?
Here's what I'm suspecting. He is absolutely going to be in Memphis.
Okay. Oh, coming on.
I suspect he might not play.
Okay.
That's what I suspect.
Yeah, all right. And you don't know Penny like I know Penny.
Hey, listen, and you are 1,000% right
For feeling that way.
Like, you're 1,000% right. He very well could, like, put him in the starting 5 damn near January. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going
to go 3 Kings.
Right. But what's crazy about this story, Anthony, is that, like, do you know where I found out about it today?
No.
At the Laurie Walton facility, right after a media availability with Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
It dropped literally as I was walking out the door to leave after Penny left, after we had a discussion with him. So, I mean, it's crazy, bro. Like, I think it just came out of the blue. I don't think anybody knew. But from everything that I'm hearing, man, he might be here sooner rather than later, bro.
Man, that sounds crazy. But you think, kids.
I mean.
Edgar!
Mikey Williams, 4.
Fresh about my coma.
4?
Got my mama and my daddy and my auntie in my corner.
Let's go. It's crazy, though, man. Like, I mean, just wild.
That was Murder Was the Case lyrics, in case y'all.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Snoop Dogg murder. Anyway.
Let's go.
But yeah, 4.
4? 3.
Oh, man. Would you rather see Mikey Williams playing for the team or a part of the ambush in the crowd?
Using the word ambush about Mikey Williams right now might not be the best
choice of words.
Yeah, we might need to reconsider our words.
Yeah,
here.
man.
No, it's crazy, though. I mean, crazy story. But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about going into the Discord for legal advice and legal understanding about what happened.
I just want to see people melt down.
How does Penny Hardaway look right now with what happened today?
What you mean? Oh, he looks like a champ.
Does he?
The exact stuff that I said about how if this kid gets off, if Penny had ditched that kid a long time ago, there would have been people on social media, make your apologies. Penny, make your apologies as loud as, whatever they were. What they say? What the kids be saying?
Make your apologies as loud as the
disrespect.
Yeah,
you've been hearing all that. So now Penny looks good, and it's up to him whether or not Mikey comes back and plays or not. But he's playing. Y'all know he's playing.
Here's what I suspect.
All right.
2024 Memphis Tigers roster starting lineup.
Yep. Edgar.
6 foot.
From Orange Mound.
6 foot something.
For 6 foot barely.
Barely.
From Orange Mound.
Out of San Diego, California.
By way of
San Diego, California. Mikey.
Oh, man.
Pew, 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 pew.
No, come on. Pause.
Sorry.
Pew, pew. First person shooter mode. Come on, man. Super out of bounds. That was the voice of Kenny Stubblefield.
Yeah.
That started it.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
It started. I finished it for sure. We're going to go ahead and make this an and one. Tiger basketball is getting ready to travel to Oxford, Mississippi. I will not be traveling down to Oxford, Mississippi.
I will.
Yeah,
I feel safe down there, man.
Yeah, I don't feel safe.
I feel good, bro.
I went to Oxford one time. I was like, nah, this ain't for us. This ain't for us, man. It's looking real plantation-ish.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel safe. I'm good.
Yeah, I know it, man. That's good.
I'm good.
I might have to go with you, man.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Might have to go with you, man. But no, I saw when I went down there for never went for basketball. I went down there for Ole Miss versus Memphis football game. We got smashed by Ole Miss that year too. But I saw a lot of polo shirts with golf shirts and shorts. And little leather shoes with no socks for the guys.
Floppy Justin Bieber hair.
Yeah, saw a lot of that. Yeah, for sure. Saw a lot of overdressed girls for a football game.
Yeah, man.
In my opinion.
100%.
I ain't see a lot of people look like me, so I'm like, nah.
Overdressed.
I can
but
talk
also,
to the Tiger game because I can just make a couple phone calls. And,
right.
Little nuck and them, they'll pull up.
Little nuck.
But if I'm in Oxford, no, man, it's just me against y'all ass. I'm good. I ain't making that trip at all. Terry Davis is gonna be down there.
Yeah, oh man.
But I'm not making that trip.
Yeah, I'll be there
at all.
It's gonna be a fun game.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game for sure, man. Musa Cisse has been cleared
right before the Tigers game.
Yeah, right before the Tigers
which
game.
Which is wild.
It's gonna be a good game, man. They have some good guards. Matthew Burrell, good team down there in Ole Miss. I think this would be I don't know if I'm talking out of turn, but this win to me would feel bigger than that Arkansas win because I think this Ole Miss team, you're undefeated, right?
No, they're 5-1.
All right, I still think.
Oh
it's a bigger game.
They are.
I'm not saying because of the rankings and everything. 'Cause I'm sure Ole Miss, but I think this Ole Miss team is going to be good. It just feels like it's more to it. With Musa Cisse, it's Matthew Morrell. I think those factors make it a bigger game. You can go out on the road, not a neutral court. You can go in their stadium and beat those guys.
Yeah, no,
I think you'll feel good.
I agree. I don't think Ole Miss is as good as Arkansas, but in terms of what you're saying, going into their home court. These wins are big if you can get them.
Yeah, for sure. This Memphis Tiger team, man, like I said, we got to act like that Villanova game didn't happen via Men in Black, the little thing. Yeah, we going to act like that game didn't happen. Yeah, this Tiger team is really good. I think they're going to be fine for sure, man.
Penny was pissed today during the media availability about the AP Top 25.
For real?
Yeah.
They got to him.
He straight up said it. He said, man, we're being judged by one half.
Yeah,
basically, he's like at the Bahamas we have 5 really good halves, and we're being judged by 1. And he's like, listen, I'm cool, but it is what it is. But still, that's what's happening. You don't hear him talk like that very often, so it was interesting.
Nah, yeah, but like I said, it's gonna be a good game. That's Saturday morning, right? Yeah, Saturday early game.
Well, that's Saturday afternoon. Saturday
afternoon game at 1. Yeah, it's gonna be a big game out in Oxford. Go down there at your own risk, man.
Hey, man.
Oxford ain't made for us. So go down there at your own risk for sure, man. But we're about to take a break, man. My man Travis Moody from Forward Memphis is going to join us, man. We're going to do some things to combat predatory lending here in the city of Memphis. Great organization he has with Forward Memphis. He's going to join us when we come back on the Anthony Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
How does it shake out?
Well, Michigan, Florida State, by definition of being undefeated ACC championship, would be 2. And then you'd have Alabama at 3.
And then Oregon.
Well, this is what I do. I'd have Alabama at 3, Oregon at 4. But I think the way the committee's shown they're going to lean, it might be Oregon at 3, Alabama at 4. Because Oregon's been ahead of them every single week, even though they have no business being ahead of them.
Right, you're right. And they're avenging their only loss.
Yes.
So, yeah, I agree.
But whoever gets that 3 spot against the 13-0.
So the number 1 team
undefeated
in the
country. ACC Florida State, ACC champ Florida State, they're lucky.
Yes.
Because it's like they're not full strength.
There's a little bit of an asterisk there.
But at the same time, it gives you potentially an easier road into the national championship to deal with I think Michigan versus Man would be a hell of a game.
It would be.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape, Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause, and most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
We've had a couple portal hits. It's that time of year, although it's not officially open. Doesn't open until Monday, a week from today.
December 4th.
Tevin Carter, backup QB, QB2, QB Deuce, the Deucer. He's calling his career. He's no longer Gridiron Penny. I'm sorry, Tevin, if you're watching, you know that you are. You can't be Gridiron Penny anymore.
Yeah, I think you can't. You lost that. Anytime Seth struggled somewhat, they were like, gotta put Tevin.
Well, even if it wasn't necessarily him struggling, people were still asking for Tevin.
Which is bananas to me.
But special packages, people want all sorts of stuff. Overnight deliveries for Tevin. A lot of people may not see it this way because offensive line is not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Gabe,
Sorry, Gabe.
I'm sorry.
You're
it's
not
just
sexy.
not a sexy position.
Gabe's
People
not
are
sexy.
like, I mean, I've seen it. People were coming at Twitter and are like, offensive line, it's easy to replace, easy to find those fellas. It's not a big deal. Losing Davion Carter is a big deal.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Got a special interview with my guest, Travis Moody from Forward Memphis. He's here to join us today, talk about an exciting organization he's the founder of, doing some great things in the city of Memphis you guys may not be aware of. So I brought him on today so you guys can learn more about Forward Memphis. Mr. Moody, how you doing today, sir?
And I'm doing great. I appreciate you having me on, Anthony.
Yeah, you got a sports background, too. Tell us about that before we jump into it.
So, hey, I'm a proud graduate of Hamilton High School.
Yes, sir.
Went to Georgia Tech on football. Football.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Moody. You're a great guy. I've really got to know you in the past year a lot. But just tell us more about what exactly is Forward Memphis today.
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit organization, and we offer help for people in payday lending. We offer a pathway out through free one-on-one money coaching and access up to $5,000 in emergency financial assistance.
Okay, so when you talk about predatory lending, you said getting people free from that. And that kind of stood out to me because that's one of those things that once you get started, once you get in that process of the payday loans and the title loans, all those type of things, you kind of get stuck in that system of doing those type of things.
Well, I mean, they charge up to 459% interest.
Mm-hmm.
And so
wait, say it again.
459% interest.
Okay.
You can't get out of it once you're in it.
Right.
And so it's not like a typical bank loan. They're not regulated the same way. Mm-hmm. So man, this is devastating for most families who get in it.
So is that what made it you feel like it was important to start for Memphis?
Well, many people may not know, but Memphis is the payday loan capital of the world.
Oh wow.
I mean, we have more payday loan stores in Memphis than Starbucks and McDonald's combined.
Like for real?
So yeah, and they're not everywhere.
Okay.
They're targeted.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they're called predatory is because they target certain people. I mean, they're not in Collierville, they're not in Germantown, they're in Whitehaven and in South Memphis, where I grew up, or Hickory Hill, and Frazier, and Orange Mound.
I do not recall seeing one in Collierville.
Well,
now that I think about it.
There's not one in Collierville. There's not one in Germantown.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But they're 25 down Elvis Presley.
Yeah. So it's definitely a predatory lending for sure.
So really, and we just feel people are trapped in them, and we want to help people get out of it.
So how does the process work I'm not speaking for myself, let's put that out there first. But how does that work? Like if I'm trying to be a part of this, not slighting anyone who is, but
right. So
how does that process work?
I'm glad you have us on because most of the people who have predatory loans aren't like people in poverty. Most of them are like school teachers. They work at FedEx. They're nurses. These are people who are educated, who are doing the best they can, and then life happens, and they get behind on their mortgage or their rent or their car. So they're typical people. So I'm sure some of your listeners have paid loans.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who, like when you said when they get free from it, like that's real, because like I said, once you get in it, I'm sure it's extremely hard to get out of that type of situation.
Yeah, so our process is simple. We have a simple application on our website at forwardmemphis.com.
Yes, sir.
People apply. We respond within 24 hours, and we assign a coach that would meet with them one-on-one and do an assessment of where they are and give them a plan. And if they're good with the plan, they have access to up to $5,000 in emergency financial assistance.
That sounds really
and
awesome.
And our rate is there's no minimum credit score or anything, and it's at 10% versus 459%.
Right. I think people can work with that a lot more than 400% and 500% for sure.
Right.
To my understanding, you guys partner with a lot of different financial institutions, nonprofits, faith-based orgs, and corporations to get your funding. How does that process work? Like, how do you get that?
So we are a nonprofit organization, and we collaborate with other organizations that allow us to do it. First Horizon Bank and Hope Credit Union are some of the financial partners. Nonprofit organizations like Agape and Neighborhood Christian Center. Then they're corporate partners as well as churches. Many of the churches we partner with, Hope Church, Life Church, New Sardis Baptist Church. And so what we do is if someone goes to one of those organizations and say, I need help financially, my car's being repossessed.
Yeah.
We partner with them, and they'll send them to us to do an assessment.
That sounds good.
Assistance.
So I'm assuming that people are like knocking y'all doors down. So how many people have y'all done this with so far?
So far we launched this year in April, and so far we've reached about 270 families.
In a year?
Almost a year.
Okay. Y'all just started like this April 2023?
This April.
And
yes.
you already
So we haven't been open a year yet.
And y'all have already worked with 200 and something
Yeah,
families.
so we've distributed about $70,000 in resources.
So how do people contact you guys? I know you said the website.
Yes, that's the best way to contact us at forwardmemphis.com.
Okay, and final question. It's holiday season. We just wrapped up Thanksgiving. A lot of people, something else I learned just in my time working with young people and just different courses and training you get is that a lot of times people who are in less fortunate situations, they're the biggest spenders come holiday time.
Yes.
So with that type of thing approaching, what tips do you have for people who are eager to use these credit loans, who are going to be, hey, it's their holiday season too, the credit loan places, the title loans, they're going to be looking for those people as well. So what are some tips you have for people who are getting ready to make those holiday purchases?
So first of all, I encourage people, man, holidays, I love holidays, and I want people to have fun.
Yeah.
But I encourage people to have a plan. Man, even my wife and I, before I came here today, I said, now let's list who we're buying for and how much we're planning to spend.
Right.
We have a plan. And so I would encourage people, write down your plan before you start shopping.
Right.
And if you don't have enough money, I would encourage you not to borrow, not to go into debt to do it. Everybody wants to, make everyone feel good about Christmas and don't want the kids to miss out. But I guarantee you, those kids won't remember. I mean, if you think they do, ask them, what did you get them last year for Christmas? And tell them to bring it here, let me see it.
Yeah.
They don't remember.
Right.
And so why spend thousands of dollars for something that you won't remember?
Yeah, I totally agree with you for sure, man. It gets hard, man. Like when you're trying to make your kids happy, but sometimes you got to keep the house stable, so you might not want to overspend for the holidays for sure. I got one final question for you that you might not have saw coming. We were talking off the air. You said you played for Hamilton, played for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the University of Memphis football program?
Man, I love what they're doing. I think they were one or two plays away from having a really good season. And I like the direction they're going in.
Yeah.
So I think they're, one or two plays from being ranked in the top 25.
Yeah. We're gonna show them some grace, man. But this is my man Travis Moody, man, an amazing guy doing the great things in the city of Memphis. Forward Memphis, helping people get free of the predatory loan system, man. Get these guys, get information. Go to the website, forwardmemphis.com.
Forwardmemphis.com.
Get these guys in your system, man, because they can get you out of the system. I'm telling you for sure. Reach out to him, my man Travis Moody. Mr. Moody, I appreciate you, sir, for sure.
Thanks for having me on.
About to take a break. When we come back, we're going inside the same brain. See you guys in a minute.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
I think he's in a space where he realizes you want to win championships, you want to be a part of a big-time college football, you have to spend more. We have to get money, donors for the $50 million. You have to get money, donors for NIL. Like, I think he wants that to be the forefront. What he said here, though, did not convey that message in any meaningful way. I don't know what this quote does to help his case with those particular fans or with fans as a whole.
I get it why you're not supposed to go after a fan base, why you're not supposed to trash a fan base, and I don't think it was the best move. But I will say, and this is probably where I'll differ from most people, it is good to hear Ryan like kind of get a little bit fired up.
Yeah, show a little fire. I get you.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I was just going to say one of the weird standout things is Penny's like throwing people out there that out of nowhere.
He is damned to run a 15-man line, a whole team out there. I don't understand
It's wild. Some of the people that he throws in certain situations that just like haven't been seeing any time recently, and then all of a sudden, come Arkansas game, Carl's out there out of nowhere. There was somebody else. Who was the other? I can't even think of it now. He threw somebody else. Was it Jonathan? He threw Jonathan out there. Was that in the Michigan game?
No, that was in the Villanova game.
Villanova.
Didn't look the part, guys. What was the quote that Rick said? Like,
it's not the time to experiment. It's time to win a
stop
game.
experimenting and time to win the damn game. It's perfect.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Big props to everybody that came on today. Jonathan C. Smith. Props to my man Travis Moody. Great organization, man. Good interview we just had with him. Good stuff they're doing there, man. I think that's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Because that stuff, like a lot of that stuff, just seems so appealing. Like it's easy money. You can just
Like
go
quick money, right?
Yeah, you short a little bit, we got you, man. Oh, it's pay us when you get paid, type stuff. You know what I mean? And you get caught up in that system, man, and mentally. You just get stuck there, man. And physically, you're stuck. Like, financially, you're constantly paying these people back. And they're just eating off of your money, man, for sure. So,
The man said there's more predatory, there's more of those fast cash loan sites.
Churches and McDonald's. Not churches,
Chick-fil-A.
No, Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, right?
Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy you really think about it, for sure, man. When you combine those two places, and it's more loan places than those in the city of Memphis. That's crazy, for sure. But yeah, good stuff from Mr. Moody. He's a true light bearer in the city of Memphis, man. Another light bearer I'm going to talk about is a man named Keith Lee. And if you live in the city of Memphis, I'm not talking about that Keith Lee, the one that was a University of Memphis superstar to the older guys like myself. He wasn't in my era. I don't remember him. The farthest name I can remember back with the Tigers is Andre Turner. And
yeah.
I grew up on Elliot Perry was the first guy I really remember.
Right, me too.
But Keith Lee was a superstar basketball player here at the University of Memphis.
He was my dad's favorite player.
Yeah, exactly. My pops and my brother and them, they knew about him. But it ain't that Keith Lee. And if you're a wrestling fan, there's also not that Keith Lee from AEW and WWE. It's not that Keith Lee at all. But there's another Keith Lee who does food reviews. And even his negative reviews are very positive. If that makes any sense. He's always kind of like, well, this had room for improvement. I didn't understand this about them. Maybe there's something they'll work on, and I'm not going to tell you not to go there. Create your own experience. If you like it, that's great, and tell people about it. But me personally, I didn't like this particular aspect of this restaurant experience. And he's known for just he'll show up in the city, he'll go to these different places, he'll give an in-depth food review, he'll try several things on the menu, and he'll give you an honest review. And he dropped a stimmy on this company the other day,
did you see that, man?
Yeah, it's a company that kind of makes kind of niche desserts, like kind of
like a pudding thing,
yeah,
right?
they make like banana puddings
Yeah.
and some other kind of waffle cream something he made. It looked good. It should look good.
Was it in Dallas?
It's in Houston. Yeah, he's in Houston.
Okay.
And the lady said that we don't do much business. There'll be days where maybe 2 or 3 people come through here in this spot.
Yeah.
But she's just kind of known for having this good dessert, but a lot of people just don't know about it. They said that he came in, I saw the review, and he made that mess look good, man. You know what I mean? He made it look great. The way he was talking about it, the way he described it. And they said that place has been lying down the street around the corner all day, open to close, booming in there, man. They've been overwhelmed by customers, and he really just dropped the stimulus on that restaurant, man. And I think that in this time we're in of content creation, the food reviews are a big thing. There are a lot of things out of bounds about this food review stuff too, man. Because like me personally, like. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had the idea to do food review things, to add to my list of stuff to do. This is about 6-7 years ago, you know what I mean? And my idea was to kind of do stuff the kind of way Keith Lee does it. Like, I'm not even going to your place unless I have something good about it. I'm not gonna come in here and slam your place, no matter what it is. But he kind of serves as like, a liaison, letting people know between the good and the bad, what to expect when you go to certain places. But you see some people come to these places, and it's almost like they're getting off on talking bad about people's restaurants. And Keith Lee, from my understanding, is the king of this. Like, he's got the most followers, if I'm not mistaken.
Without a doubt.
He's the most respected one who's doing it. And he's just a brother, man. A brother who fought some mixed martial arts fighting at one time. Had some time there doing that. And he's just a brother doing his thing, doing the food reviews, man. And I salute what he's doing. Like I said, there's so many out-of-bounds things about this because, it's just – seeing guys like take big mouth bites out of food just bothers me. It's like I can't get into it, man. It just looks dumb. Like seeing people like her mouth wide open and like showing you the food and they bite it. Like, man, it's so dumb. I don't think he does any of that. I think he just sits there and he tastes the food. He tells you whether it's good or bad. Yep. It's like we try to make this sexual experience out of eating, and it's like, all right, bro, like enough of the food fetish and the big bite fetish and the throating sandwiches. I'm like, all right, bro.
We doing too much.
Y'all doing way too much, man, for sure.
Yeah.
But shout out to Keith Lee, like I said, dropped a stimmy on a restaurant in Houston, man. The lady has been overwhelmed with business all this week. And I heard that's something he does all the time. Like he blows restaurants up.
You heard about what happened in Atlanta, right? With him.
Yeah, somebody there was mad at him in Atlanta. He was busting out them ghetto ass restaurants they got out there.
Well,
man.
there was one, like, what his whole problem is that he's like, man, I don't want to be treated any differently than anybody else. And so he's like, he went to this place that was
super packed.
Super packed. I don't even know if it was super packed.
No, they were saying they weren't doing carry out, which is understandable for some places. They weren't doing DoorDash, which is understandable. But they was like they had a long line. They had like a 45-minute wait to sit down.
But then they made him a spot.
Right. When they found out who he was, they cleared people out. He's like, nah, don't do that.
And then so he started calling folks out about it.
Yep.
And bro, he got like the heat from that was crazy. So it's good to see this story you're talking about.
He's the man, bro.
He is good at it.
For sure, man. Shout out to my man Keith Lee for sure. But yeah, man, it's another Anthony Sain show in the books, man. Shout out to everybody who came on today again. Jonathan C. Smith, Travis Moody. Hit them up, forwardmemphis.com, man, if you need help getting out of those predatory lending situations. Plus, they're just a great organization if you're just trying to get help budgeting, planning. Like you said, get with them. They probably can help you with your holiday planning, what you probably should spend, how you should spend. I think that's a dope idea, man. And just write down a list who all you plan on buying gifts for, budget items for each individual person. If you got it, you got it. If you ain't, hey, come over for Rotel and meatballs or something. Cause we ain't got it. I ain't got it like that this year, man. So yeah, but it's all about the families anyway, man, for sure. But man, until next time, man, for Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass, we'll see you guys next time with Anthony Sain Show. And we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.